another Fat Tire Journal.
Mountain bike season is in full swing.
On this show, a tale of two C's, California and Colorado. Two states who've really embraced the sport, especially when it comes to racing.
We'll interview Yeti's new pro downhiller, Myles Rockwell. Drop in on the Rage in the Sage circuit course, and we'll have some footage from the weekend's racing in Big Bear Snow Summit.
So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Film is brought to you by Shimano, makers of the world's finest bicycle components.
Sue, can you tell me how many times do you actually crash on one of these courses? Aggressiveness.
Right now we're here live at Orlando Farm. The ribbon is on right now.
Once again, it's time for the victim of gravity. Number 1. Number 2.
I gotta tighten the neck up.
And number 3.
Whoa! Ooh!
You get that going?
Yeah.
Number 4.
Come on, get up, come on, get up, keep it going.
Number 5.
Little dozer.
Yeah, I hope I didn't break this. Like, oh.
Send your votes to the victim of gravity, care of the Fat Tire Journal, P.O. Box 108, Boulder, Colorado 80306.
It's kind of like getting tickets for a concert. If you want good seats, you got to camp out. So get your warm up early, get to the start, 20 minutes before the start at least, and try to get as close to the front as you can. This climb in this criterium probably only takes about a couple minutes, but it's pretty tough, and there's this steep pitch right here. After you come through the start-finish, it's pretty steep, and then it gets steep up towards the top again, and those are two places where if you've expended too much energy on the lower part of the course, you could all of a sudden start having problems turning the pedals over. So at the bottom of the hill, it's important to kind of conserve your energy, and then maybe turn it on a little bit as you get towards the top of the course. But gearing, that's going to be a personal preference thing. Some guys are going to have stronger legs, and they're going to turn a bigger gear, slower RPMs. Other guys are going to spin a little more. They're maybe going to get their granny gear for a climb like this. It just depends on your style. Right here we get to the top of the hill, and then you got to drop in. You got to try to recover, get into your big chain ring so that your chain isn't slapping all over the place, and you start down. After the drop-offs, you come up on the S-turns. Quick left, it's rough. Big holes, right. Just want to be loose on the bike and kind of try to flow through them and get a rhythm going. Take whichever line you want, get it up to speed fast, down through the whoop-de-doos.
All right.
It's the place where most of the crashes occur, so you want to really be careful in here, and making this turn here at the bottom is tough because it's off camber. It's kind of like turning on the outside of a basketball. After the big turn of Caldwell Alley, you come into a straight section. It's pretty fast. It's a little bit rough. You want to make some good time through here. Take a big roundhouse to the right, and then you start climbing up towards the start-finish. In short, the circuit racing is a matter of pacing yourself so that you have enough energy to finish all your laps. You want to try to do all your laps just as strong as the first one. So don't start too hard, and have a good day at the races.
watching the Fat Tire Journal.
Well, I've always been sort of a gravity junkie.
Have a nice breeze.
HP. Go, Greg. Yeah.
City, Racing City, go!
Red Herbold on the red, Jake Watson on the blue. Oh, the youngster
Marin County has provided mountain biking with some great athletes. Myles Rockwell, Yeti's most promising new downhiller, took a few minutes to share with us his views on life and racing. We spoke with him after winning the downhill at this year's Iron Horse.
My first ever time riding bikes in the hills was actually on BMX bikes. We just wanted to go up so we can rip down it, just as the whole group, all your bros together. And in Marin, I'd always see, the forefathers, the guys that were into it, man. They built their own bikes, and you could tell, man, they're in heaven. I guess so in 1990, I was reading this mountain bike magazine, and it had this article about HB, Greg Herbold, the king of the downhill. I just felt like I had to go out and smoke that guy because he couldn't be the best. I'm the fastest, and that's how I felt when I was about 18 or so. And there's a lot of competition, man. It's a serious thing now. I take it very seriously, but at the same time, you got to realize why you started doing it, and that's just purely because you love it, and I really love it. You have to get out there and fight for it, because, no one's just going to pick you up, and say, here's a full ride, go to all the races and see how you do. Your body doesn't forget what to do or how to do things. It's your mind that can affect, your whole attitude. It's just, you got to be really positive about what you're doing. You have to really believe in yourself and not have any doubts about why you're doing it or what you're doing it for. You're doing it for yourself. I usually practice a lot. Usually I practice, and I don't stop until I'm just totally dialed and know every little rock, every little bump. If you're really racing well, you're not thinking at all. You're just doing. In mountain biking, I'm learning about myself. I'm learning about my mind and how I can control the outcome of things, and just, basically just being content with myself. That's more important than anything else. The Iron Horse downhill is probably my first major victory, as far as beating all the top name pros and stuff. Kite, Herbold, there's some big names there, and it was kind of surprising in a way because, I haven't really had the actual feeling of winning. Finally I've won. I beat everybody. You're only as good as your last race.
Wow. Skinny tires for weeks.
So you like to play in the dirt, huh? Well, good news. The Fat Tire Journal is now available on home video. The Velo News Video of the Year was produced by mountain bikers for mountain bikers. The Fat Video has it all. Interviews, fast-paced race segments, and everyone's favorite, Victims of Gravity. Just $19.95 gets you the premiere season of all 3 shows with original soundtracks, plus outtakes and bonus tracks they wouldn't even let a show on TV. Order today by calling 1-800-727-6689. That's 1-800-727-6689.
You don't just put a hat on and expect it to fit, because they don't. How you doing? Lou D'Angelo's Fat Hat Tips, Fat Tire Journal. We're going to show you how to take an ordinary hat, like this beautiful one right here. You can see how lampshade I look. Most important thing for Fat Hat Tips is to find a good river. What river is this? We don't know, do we? You take your hat, get down by the riverbed here, get a nice spot so you don't fall in, drown, can't swim, and you submerge it. And dunk it. And you submerge it. And dunk it under the water, making sure it's fully soaked. Now, this is where technique comes into the picture here. Place it on top of your skull, and you begin the rolling stage. You have to roll the hat in a tight fashion for it to become what we're trying to achieve here. And that's a hat that you can wear in public.
Hunka, burning love.
I think it's time to do what I do. It's been 5 months training. First race of the season. I'm ready.
Okay, buddy.
Right there, man. Keep it on.
There you guys climb.
watching this edition of the Fat Tire Journal.
Next month's show will have some great film footage of the cross-country race from historical Crested Butte.
Plus a report from the international scene at Vail's Grundig World Cup race.
We welcome your ideas, so send your letters to the Fat Tire Journal, Post Office Box 108, Boulder, Colorado, 80306.
We'll see you on the trail.
Big Bear Snow Summit housing provided by Mountain Lodging. Call 1-800-487-3168. The Fat Tire Journal is sponsored by GT Bicycles. It's your world, ride it. And Dos Equis Beer, imported by Guinness Imports. Dos Equis, drink it for a change.